They're making promises for the low income. Let's see if they can follow through. I have all the details and what they're now saying right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do have a few different reports that have recently hit the wire that I do want to share with you, so let's get into it and talk through these one at a time. First off, a new report that was just released by the Urban Institute is showing that raising the federal minimum wage from $7.25, which is what it is right now, all the way up to $15 per hour would lift an estimated 7.6 million people out of poverty. Now, this would actually impact about 56 million households, and the average household would have an income increase of about $5,600 per year. So as you can see behind these numbers, this would actually impact a huge number of households, tens of millions of people, and it would lift almost 8 million people out of poverty permanently. That would be massive. However, the report does go on to show that assuming nobody loses their job as a result of a $15 per hour minimum wage. Now, let's be real for just a second here. Now, I'm not taking sides either for or against the $15 per hour minimum wage. I'm simply saying this much. We do know for a fact there would be some job losses as a result of this because some businesses out there can simply not afford a $15 per hour minimum wage. So, in a Goldilocks type of situation, in a perfect situation, this is what they would be showing with this report. Now, again, it would still impact millions and millions of people. There'd be far more people benefiting than people actually losing their jobs as a result of this. So this is just another report out there right now showing the impacts of a $15 per hour minimum wage for millions and millions of low income individuals. So that's the first report that I wanted to share with you. Next, let's quickly talk about another one recently, and this one is also some massive numbers behind this. Get this, in the second quarter of 2022, so just a few months ago, the second quarter of 2022, household wealth in the United States, so again, collectively, all of us together, all of our household wealth, whatever that happens to be, everybody in the United States, we as a community, like all of us across the entire United States, just in the second quarter of 2022, had a record loss of household wealth of 20.9% of household wealth was lost in the second quarter of 2022. So if you're feeling a little bit of pain right now, if you're feeling like money is incredibly tight, please don't worry. You are simply not alone at all. The vast majority of Americans right now are feeling this in a major way. In fact, as we run the numbers behind this, just in the second quarter alone of 2022, Americans lost $8.7 trillion. Not billion, not million, trillion. $8.7 trillion was lost just in the second quarter of 2022, just by Americans alone as household wealth. So again, I want to make this very clear. If you're having a hard time right now and if money is very tight for you, again, you are certainly not alone. The vast majority of people right now are having a really, really hard time, which again, makes all of us believe, what's going on here? Why is this so hard for Congress to figure out, right? Again, inflation is through the roof right now. Prices are going up on literally everything, and it's a really hard time right now for everybody, but yet we continue to see all these economic numbers coming out time and time and time again, and they're doing nothing. Does this make any sense to anybody? Again, just saying, right? I think all of us are just saying these days, right? So anyway, this is another report that I wanted to share with you really quickly in this video. Next, let's quickly talk about what the administration is talking about now and what some Senate Democrats are also suggesting that they want to get done here within the next couple months. That is the revival of the monthly checks, as in the child tax credit payments. Now, stick with me here for just a second. I do know that a lot of you here in the community may not be eligible for these advanced child tax credit payments, just like what were going out last year in the second half of 2021. However, let me talk you through some other details about this here in just a second, because last year around this same time, about mid last year, about summertime of mid 2021, there was a lot of talk about some other types of checks as well called adult tax credits. Do you remember that one? So let's get into that here in just a second. But as of right now, the administration and some senior Senate Democrats are currently talking about bringing back the monthly checks, as in the child tax credit payments. Now again, as you know, because you've been watching the videos here on the channel for any length of time, I do not take political sides, but let's be real for just a second here. Do you think that it's a little bit of a coincidence that they're talking about this right now, I don't know, 6 weeks before the midterm elections? Again, just saying. Again, I'm not here to take political sides in my videos, but I'm just saying, this is the kind of promises that we continue to see popping up all the time. If you've been watching the videos here for a while, You've been hearing me say this. I've been saying, leading up to the midterm elections, I guarantee it, between now and then, we're going to get a lot of promises out of a lot of different lawmakers. Well, this is just another one that we're talking about right now. So in the second half of 2021, last year, starting in July, all the way through September, about 38 million households were getting ongoing monthly checks of an average of $422 per month. That was the average payment going out to the average household every single month last year, as the advanced child tax credit payments were being sent out as advanced checks every single month. Monthly checks were going out. Now, again, this was an advance on a refundable tax credit that could be claimed on a tax return, but they were sending it out in the form of monthly checks. Now, between now and the midterm elections, or between now and the end of the year, so honestly, regardless of how you cut it, it's only a couple months away, right? The midterm elections are coming up really quickly, and the end of the year is also coming up very fast here. They want to bring these checks back and get these passed yet again, so that these ongoing monthly checks could go out once again to about 38 million households again this year, and going into next year as well. Now remember, this was sending out about $16 billion every single month across these 38 million families, right? So a lot of money going out the door. Now, I do know that a lot of you here in the community are maybe seniors, older adults, people with disabilities, or maybe you simply don't have kids that are under the age of 18, 17 and younger, who would be eligible for the advanced child tax credit payments. I agree with you. So a lot of you here in the community have been saying, what about us? What about seniors? What about fixed income beneficiaries? What about people receiving Social Security or SSDI or retirement, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB? What about all of us that are receiving maybe lower incomes or fixed incomes, and maybe we don't have kids that are within the age parameters? Maybe your kids are 30, 35, 40. Maybe your kids are older, well beyond the ages that would be eligible for this. What about you? That's a good question. Remember, mid last year, there was a lot of talk going on about advancing adult tax credit payments as well. Now, to be totally fair, nothing ever happened with it, right? Just like so many other proposals that we've seen out there so many times popping up, we've seen so many different things popping up and a lot of different talk about all these different proposals and great things that were going to be coming out, and ultimately nothing ever happened, right? Well, this was the same thing we saw last year with the talk about the advanced on the adult tax credit. And again, nothing ever happened about it, but it makes me wonder yet again, considering we are in the timing that we are right now, a handful of weeks, about 6 weeks or so before the midterm elections. Again, maybe it's about 7 weeks. Again, I'm just kind of rounding as far as right now, as far as how far away from the midterm elections that we really are right now. But as a result of that, maybe they might come out and say, the child tax credit payments, we're talking about these going out to these families. What about some type of adult tax credit payment? And again, I think all of us here in the community completely agree, hey, that'd be pretty nice, right? What about us? Yet again, being left out, forgotten about for all these different payments and checks and monthly checks and all kinds of different things that are going out right now. So anyway, this is the talk that is out there right now. And again, I want to say it one more time. Between now and the midterm elections, I guarantee you 100% there will be a whole pile of other promises coming out of lawmakers. Why do I think this? Because we see it every single time. We're still a handful of weeks away from the midterm elections, and realistically, the closer that we get, the more and the bigger the promises are going to get out of all these lawmakers. Why? Because they want to be reelected. They want to get a job and or they want to keep their job. So what do they need to do? They need to promise big things for the American people, and then maybe they can deliver on it once they get in, or maybe if they stay, right? We see this all the time. We've seen it before, and this time is not going to be any different. So it's going to be the same old song and dance yet again, where they're going to come out and promise the world to us, and then they're going to deliver peanuts, right? Virtually nothing, right? But again, maybe they will be able to deliver something. I don't really know. But again, that is something that they do every single time. So anyway, as a result of this, I'm going to continue watching everything very closely right now. There's a lot of different things that are coming out right now, but these are 3 of the reports that I wanted to share with you right here in this video. And of course, I can come back as I have a lot more information that I want to share with you in other videos. But again, I like to keep my videos relatively short just to make sure that, I want to be respectful of your time as well. Just kind of bring you the information as quickly as I can. So if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and more importantly, go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, and make sure to share those videos with your friends, family, social media as well. But make sure to check out some of those other videos here on the channel, because as I mentioned just about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I came out and announced that we are giving away $12,000 this month alone to those of you right here in this community. So we're doing this through the form of sending out hundreds or probably even over 1,000 packages will go out to those of you here in the community this month alone. We're doing cash drops, giving away cash, all kinds of different things, because unlike Congress, as they just continue to play around with a bunch of ideas and try to do something, we are actually doing something. That is my dedication to you and this community. And as always, I'm going to stick to that. And again, go back and check out some of those other videos on the channel. There's been a couple updates recently. If you follow on the right videos, make sure to leave those comments down below, because I'm choosing names almost every single day. I choose people 5 days a week. The other 2 days of the week, I try to just catch up and make sure that I'm staying in tune and making sure that I'm staying caught up on all the emails, the orders, everything going out right there, and doing everything I possibly can to fulfill my promise to you and everybody right here on the channel, this community. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please go back and check out some of the other videos here on the channel. Very important if you want to make sure that you want to get your name into the hat for some of the thousands of packages going out. And again, these cash drops that are randomly, sporadically just dropped in into these videos, as well as dedicated videos as well. So a lot going on this month, and I can tell you this much, between now and the end of the year, it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? So I'm super excited about it. Anyway, enjoy your day. Thanks again for watching this. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out the other videos. And until next time, have a good one. And of course, please remember, I am your one and only daily advocate. I'm here to bring you all the latest updates and to help you out and make sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on right now, because honestly, you're not going to hear this on your local news. If you don't believe me, turn on your local news. They're going to talk about all kinds of other stories, and I guarantee you nothing will be anywhere close to what I'm sharing with you right here in these videos, because I'm digging deep on all these topics and finding you the best information so you can actually understand what is actually going on right now. Anyway, enough out of me. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you for now.